Hey guys, Silicon Fox here, and man, do I have something special for you. So I have the Onexplayer APEX in my hands before the showroom actually opens up in a few hours, and this is very exciting for me. I just want to say a huge thank you to Onexplayer for allowing me to have hands-on early with this device. It's quite magnificent, I will say that. Now I know that there's just so little time and so many things to go over, so I'm gonna focus on one aspect of the device at a time. Starting with the controls, which I find to be quite nice. If you use anything recent from Onexplayer and X1 or G1, then this will be nothing new. The sticks, Hall effect, feel great. The D-pad is micro switch and so are the buttons. Really no complaints, nothing to write home about. It's excellent. Now, what I think is probably the most exciting for people is gonna be this removable battery. Now, there are people who are torn on it, and I was at first, but now that I've gotten hands-on and gotten to just learn more about the device, I think removable batteries are the way to go for 395 devices. Now, what's really cool about this mechanism is you've got two release hatches. Press them in like that, just pull it apart, it comes out, and your game, as long as you're plugged in, is still running. And when you don't have the battery, this weight, oh, it feels so nice. It's like a lighter Legion Go S. I love it to bits, and I wish the device was this strong without having to be plugged in, but alas, we have not invented magic technology yet. It's also important to make a note that when you have the battery removed, right, that's another source of heat that's gone from the device. So even when your hands grip, oh, it feels so much cooler. And speaking of cool, we actually have the Frostbite attachment. Now, this is sort of like a dummy unit. This is not a model that has it, but on your retail ones that do have that option, you will get to attach the Frostbite AIO cooler and go up to 120 watts on the chipset for performance. So without that cooler, you are limited to 85, I believe it is. Yes, 80 watts, which for me, I think is more than enough, especially for gaming. I don't foresee you needing 120 watts because at that point, you're really past the efficiency curve on the chip itself, and 80 is just a sweet spot, especially if you're gonna be playing without the battery, which I think is the ideal way to play. And speaking of play, performance, man, what to say? A lot has been just gone over when it comes to the 395. For those who need a refresher, I'm currently playing Cyberpunk 2077 at 1200p ultra settings, and I'm using no upscaling. And in Dogtown, I'm getting an average of 65 FPS over what, 30, 40 minute run. I've been playing this for a while, letting it run, going to different areas, and it's rock solid. Again, that's no upscaling. TDP is at 50 watts. That is quite incredible and just lovely, especially for those who like to handheld game plugged in, which there are quite a bit. This device is really for you, and I think you'll quite enjoy it. Now, this is a bit of a just early impressions. Again, I have to return this device in the morning, and it's already 4 right now, so I'm probably gonna wrap it up, get some rest. I'll be back at the convention center, back at Onexplayer's booth to get more footage and compile my thoughts a little better, because I think there's just so much more about this device that has not been said, and I would love to go into it. But until then, I'll see you guys then. Bye.